how big that finger is. Hello. Hey guys. Oh wow. Playing around with settings. Hi Jane. So we're back in the kitchen. Got Easter almost done. I did nothing that I wanted to do yesterday and I did nothing today. So no tour today. I had hoped to have that done. I'm good. I was a little fatigued today, so let me see. Let me turn this a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Very unproductive. So yesterday, good to see you, Mary. Hi, Shelly. My daughter has wanted to dye her hair pink. And so you're not going back to school anytime soon. So why not? So that took a good hour. Thank you. But it's been almost like unproductive. You know what? I'm going to lower this so I don't look as white as I actually am. That's better, isn't it? Is that better on your guys' eyes? So I spent a lot of time. She has a lot of hair. It's very long. It's down to the back of her waist. Thank you. And so helping her get the hair dye on yesterday. And then she dyed her hair. And there was something else I got wrapped up in doing. Oh, we had a delivery. And I like to manage things. And so I did that. And then before I knew it was time, try and go make salad, dinner, spaghetti, da-da. And then I've been craving chocolate chip cookies. So I had my after dinner cup of coffee. This is my pre-dinner cup of coffee. And we chilled. I checked a few deliveries that we have, just see where they are in the flow of things. And then I made cookies. That was it yesterday. I take it back. In between there at some point, there's two things. I don't know if I can show you on my phone. You guys will see it soon enough. I'll do the home tour. But on my shutters in my living room, I have these grapevine style floral holders. And so I put daisies, or not daisy, wanted them to be added a little greenery, made bows for them and hung them. So I did one thing. Today I got up, checked on schoolwork, how that was going. Thank God I have older kids. Hello, Ms. Davita. Hearts for you, friend. Thank God I have older kids. I couldn't do it right now with younger kids, you guys. Prayers to those mamas. So checked on school and I was feeling my MS today. So I was like, you know what? If this was any of my friends, I would tell them, go lay back down. So I took my own advice and I went and laid back down and then felt much better when I did and got up and showered and so forth. But yeah, haven't done much today. Okay, so I'm a picker. Are you guys a picker? So like when there's a sticker on something, I'll pick at it. So there's a sticker. I have you guys on my laptop. I still can't go live from my phone. So I don't know at what point they'll let me do that on this channel. But if I can go live from my phone, we'll head out to the park and stuff and see some really nice outdoors. So for now, I have a wooden box that is our dog's toy box. And it's got stickers on it. So I have my laptop up on it. And if you hear picking, It's because I'm picking off the stickers on the bottom of it because I must have OCD. So Davita, what are you up to, friend? What are you staying busy with? Do you guys all know Davita? She is a DIYer on YouTube. Her channel is Davita Lane, just like her name. I believe if you click on her picture, or there's little dots to the right, you can go to her channel and you'll still stay here. Oh, I lost my chat. Now let's find the chat, guys. Restore chat. There we go. Now you guys are over here. Oh, Davita's filming. Some more DIYs, maybe Easter. Pop out chat. That's what I like. So I enjoy going live over here because it's such a smaller crowd. So Jane knows you. That's good. So what are you guys busy doing today? Easter. There's one thing I want to do that I think might help people solve a problem. So I might do that next this weekend. April 12th, is that right? When that's Easter? Jane is working on a bunny wreath. Cute. So is the wreath like the head of the bunny and then you're doing like ears, or just like a wreath and adding a bunny? You heard that. That was Poco going out of his doggy door. April 12th. What day of the week? I don't have vision of my calendar. The laptop's between me and the fridge. When is, what day of the week is that? Well, obviously Sunday, right? Easter Sunday. We have birthdays all around it, so I'm only trying to figure out when their birthdays fall during the week. Easter will be different this year, won't it? Very different. I'm hoping. I got a big bag of potatoes in our grocery delivery. And I'm hoping they should be. I'm going to pop them in the fridge. It's one of those big Costco bags that they're still a-okay. And I have some ham to chop up, and then I can make scallop potatoes so that we can have that for our dinner. Thank you. So it's not done. And I was telling everyone I've been so lazy, haven't been doing anything. There's little pots and I want to put little plants in them. And I need to fluff this area. I'm sure you know what I mean, like stick stuff in and pull it and, you know. Hello from Illinois. We had friends who lived in Illinois. What are things looking like in your neck of the woods? Jane says, I am making it with yarn. Okay. 2 metal wreaths to make the head. And okay, I can picture what you're saying. Cute. I don't have any yarn in my craft stash. I was thinking of doing a video on my craft stash because it's kind of substantial and naughty. No sunshine today. What would you say, Davita? It's kind of overcast here today. I mean, it's still, yeah, just call it overcast. I'll take it compared to the rain, though. I want everything to dry out so I can get in to separating some of my succulents and my plants. Rain, hello from Southern California. Well, hello there, neighbor. I want to see if I can move. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Trying to see if I can move this window closer to where my camera is, so then I'm not looking here, so I can actually look at you guys. Well, look at you guys, you know what I mean. Let's see. Might need to call technical support in the other area. Oh, so Rain knows Davita. That's good. Smart and Final had broccoli. Oh, very, very good. Very, very good. I have not been there, Davita, since 2 days before I saw you. So, hi, Jennifer. Um, Hello, anyone I missed? I don't think I did. I think we're doing good. Davita and I live roughly the same area, and I'm sure a lot of you know Bella. And I'm friends with Bella. I messaged back and forth with her, and she said, if you ever see Davita, give her a big hug for me. So that whole week, I spent sort of prepping, getting things ready because I was going to lock us down before everyone else. And I had went to that Smart and Final on Tuesday, and I was shocked by what they didn't have. If you guys hear something, it's just our neighbor. He works a night shift and he drives a Harley. So he starts up his motorcycle every day between 4 and 4:30. So he must not need gas because he's usually leaving at 4 if he needs to get gas. Um, so, oh, you're just meeting for the first time. Very nice. Yeah, it's nice out, right, Davita? It's nice. It's not hot and muggy or anything like that. Sometimes it gets muggy when we have our overcast days. So, yes, I had gone into the Smart and Final that Davita's talking about where she found broccoli, and I wanted spaghetti noodles just to have on hand. I looked down, there's absolutely like no pasta. There's one massive bag of spaghetti noodles, one of the bigger ones. It was only like $4, but there was one. So I grabbed it. So we had our spaghetti with that last night. See what I did there, Davita? It is perfect right now. It is perfect. But then I had scheduled all of our groceries. Our schools were still up and running, stores were still open, the mall was open. That Monday, I believe it was, it could have been that Tuesday. I made 2 returns. We had ordered some things online, and for my daughter, I went ahead and I knew. I just knew. So I did our returns, and then I had done a big grocery shopping from Walmart pickup. So I picked it up, and then I stopped at Davita's workplace, gave her a big hug from Bella, and got to chat with her, which is always pleasant. And then we've been home ever since. We did go out for one more grocery pickup, my husband and I. So we haven't been out very much. He's doing great. So you have a dog. Is it Sasha? Am I saying it right? I think I am. You have a dog named Gracie, and she's a mix. If he gets in here, I'll pick him up and show you. Oh, I didn't know that either, Davita. Is that what they're doing now? You can just buy one. I'm not surprised because our last grocery order was telling someone else this. Most items are a limit of 2, which I don't mind. Oh, good, Sasha. Okay. I don't mind because I know you guys probably have seen the memes and pictures of older people in the community standing in front of empty shelves, and I just want to cry every time I see it. So I don't mind them limiting items whatsoever because, my thought when things started going crazy with hand sanitizer for our area was, okay, what good does it do an individual to own all of this hand sanitizer and everyone in their community is without them? And then you have, they're at risk. So they're in the same store as you, getting their gas from the same gas station. potentially picking up medication at the same pharmacy, and they're without protection. So it just doesn't make sense for one person in the community to hoard. I mean, I know it's like survival of the fittest for some people. To me, it's so stupid, because then you're only able to protect yourself when really you're putting yourself in more harm's way by not having your community as healthy as you are with something like this. I don't know if that even makes sense. I'll get off my soapbox now. Step down. I was so excited to see Davida too. I knew what you meant. Your sister works in Walgreens, and she's had people waiting by the door for hand sanitizer and wipes. They have had to limit the amount, but that's good. I still can't find them because I'm only doing online shopping with either delivery or grocery pickup from Walmart. So I haven't been able to find them as available yet online. Everything still says out of stock, but that's okay. I have a good supply, and I shared over on my main channel how we've just kind of changed how we use them. Now I'm mainly using them to disinfect things that come into the house, new groceries and stuff. I'm hoping I have some good ideas to share with you guys. So I'm hoping to put that together in a video soon. I was up last night. I couldn't sleep. I had some insomnia, and I was thinking about different specifics, just going through those nursing school things of sanitation, and this is your sterile field and how to keep things clean. So we're conserving our wipes, and they're still out of stock for everywhere else. But yeah, I think Easter's going to look very interesting. Obviously, we can't be going to church. I'm sure most churches will have an online service. And I know a lot of churches in the communities tend to do big, well, thank you, Sasha. They do big Easter egg hunts and stuff for kids. Can't do that this year. They're saying 30 more days to stay home, and then we should start seeing things slowly go back to normal. Let's hope. Let's pray for that. I think normal is going to look different long term. And I'm preparing my teens for that so that they're not, they don't have the emotional roller coaster of, I don't want to call it false hope, but I think that even as doctors and scientists are looking at this, they're learning as we go along. And for that reason, I'd rather be pleasantly surprised and be like, oh, it really was just 30 days. I can understand for a lot of reasons why they would slowly ease the population into longer times, because some people can only take small amounts in without becoming extremely stressed and upset. And so I think it's wise to, you start out with a 2-week, and then we know that it's going to go longer. So then we say it's going to go longer. Like, there has to be a lot of wisdom behind that, because otherwise, who knows what could happen? People would be losing their mind everywhere. But that's just, I'm very prepared for that kind of thing. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I grew up with not a lot, so maybe I just am a bit of a prepper by heart. Easter will be lonely this year. Oh, Davida. A new normal to some degree. I agree. So, in places like Japan, wearing masks, there's not a social issue with it. It's just what they do, right? And so there'll be new normals about how we protect ourselves in public. But I do think we will be going back to public. I don't think my kids will be in any way, shape, or form back in school this school year. So, I mean, graduation's been canceled, prom's been canceled, grad night, all those things. And, someone had left a comment on my video about how, it's not all sunshine and roses. And I believe they were from like the Las Vegas area. And I'm wondering if maybe with the closure of all those hotels, they had lost their job and their husband lost their job. And so, I just tried to say, hopefully in the long run, as bad as our losses may be, we will count ourselves lucky that we are here, right? So that's the thing, is in those moments when we're like, I can't even be with my family or my friends, I am here. Davida, you should go live on Easter. You should. Davida has gone live and she's wonderful. She's a wonderful host. I can only hope to be as good as she is. Yeah, I think that people should go live on Easter. I think there'll be a lot of families who can't be together, obviously. And it's just a good, or maybe do some kind of a craft bonanza. And it doesn't have to be for Easter. Easter will be that day. So maybe it's your summer stuff, and just have that thing live all day, have people pop in for bits and pieces. That'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, let me see if I can get Poco to come over. He's been attached at the hip to our youngest. So when everything was happening, he went to youth camp with our church, and they put into play a lot of rules and regulations because they wanted to protect the kids. I know. I'm so glad. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second, Davida. But so there's pictures usually that come from church of the kids at camp, and they're usually huddled, in a big group. This time they were all standing with their arms out. So they were all 6 feet apart. It was very cute, but Pogo missed him so much. When he got home, he just would not leave him alone. And if the kids ever do go back to school, it'll be interesting because he's now so used to having all of us here. He just loves it. He loves it. Yes, do it, woman. So I'm really grateful that this happened with our oldest being a senior and not our daughter. It would have been a lot sadder for her than it is for him. He takes everything in stride. He doesn't care about pomp and circumstance. I'm not even sad about it. Bye. Thank you for popping in. Have a great dinner. Hope you have a yummy dinner. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I'm not afraid of it being this year, because he's like, graduation, smation. We did buy a cap and gown, and I wonder if we'll get that delivered, because the kids usually pick those up at the school. I know that the last day that they had school, which there was only about half the kids there anyways, they had all those kids clean out their lockers. So it'll be interesting to see. My son has some artwork at the school he needs to get back because he is a senior. I mean, we could get it next year. And book turn in will be interesting too. So yeah, do it, Davida. What could you do? You could do your, do you have a summer series you're working on? So I struggle a lot with showing how I decorate, because I don't know if you're like me. When I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. When I'm not, I'm not. And sometimes I'm feeling like decorating and it is midnight. And I'll go out and get something out of the garage I want to use, and then beautiful and well put together and itty bitty and cute little things, and they just put it on and it's perfect. It's not how it works for me. Decorating for spring and Easter this year has taken me forever. So I got to finish that up. Maybe I'll have the gumption tonight. So yeah, I've tried to film decorate with me before because people have asked for it, and I'm not very good at it at all. So what's for dinner in your house tonight, Davida? You said that they're letting you buy one thing of pasta. What'd you get at the grocery store? Our last groceries was a lot of, I tried to get some canned goods so that we're good. Davida says, I'm the same way. Yeah, decorate with me is tricky, isn't it? Because it's almost like you have to decorate, right? And then remember what you did, take it all down, set up the camera, and then do what you came up with, if that makes any sense. You haven't done it either? Yeah. I'm almost done. It's just that I want to use a lot of greenery this year. I have a ton of it, and I love succulents, so I've been just waiting for the gumption to sit down, like these little pots right here in the cloche. I want to put a cute little succulent in that. Need to go find something to rise the pots behind it up. Are you having leftover stew? Twinning. We are having leftover stew. I made it this weekend. Do we have Friday or Saturday? Now, here's my dilemma. I usually like to have like a crusty bread with it. Me neither. I have never been this far behind. I think maybe just everything, right? It's going on, sucks us mentally, and we just kind of like, eh. I always like to have a crusty bread with my stew. And obviously we're not going out to the store, right? So last time we had it, I had some, yes, I am, some Italian bread in the freezer. And so that was yummy. You know, it was garlic bread. And so it was ready to go, but not tonight. So I was going to ask my husband, we do have some frozen French fries. I'm going to sneeze. And yes, like a piece of sour. Yes, something crusty like that. Yes, yum. But we have a lot of baked potatoes. So I was thinking maybe would a baked potato be good with stew? Thank you, Rain. Achoo. Hey, beats a cough. Oh my goodness, you guys, the other night, my husband falls asleep at the drop of a hat. And you guys have all seen my bedroom if you've seen the video. So I'll sit up in his desk chair and just look around on Amazon and, do some shopping and whatever. And then he'll fall asleep within 2 seconds. So he fell asleep. I'm in my chair and he coughs like twice. And I was like, do I hold my breath? When your spouse coughs with all this going on, you're just like, yeah, same here. I started out with making my mom's vegetable soup, and that went quickly with 5 mouths to feed. And I think that's like the tricky part when you have teenagers and they're home. And they're just bored. So then they think they're hungry. So then they walk in and it's like, whoa, slow down, stop eating. Mary says, I was forced to trim my bangs today. Could not stand them any longer. You know, Mary, I have joked with my friend who is my hairdresser that this is her worst nightmare. And I send her pictures of micro bangs because, you know, people who are like us, they're not hairdressers. You know, we pull them down to where we think they should be and we just cut them with whatever scissors. And, but then of course you let them go and there is some bounce to hair. So then they end up shorter than you thought. And we are in a similar situation. So my boys need haircuts, my husband and both my boys. And I had just got them to go and get haircuts. I have always cut all of their hair. And I figured it was time. I mean, we have a senior, he needs to kind of learn to, you know, go out on his own and that sort of thing. So for the last couple years, they've been doing that. I tried to cut my own dog's hair with our buzzers because they were on their way out. Trashed them. We have no buzzers for the first time in 20 years of marriage. So I ordered some and they're hopefully going to be here in the next few days because all these men in my house are starting to look homeless. Yeah. So let's, it's true, Mary. We all end up with those itty bitty bangs. I was talking to Daisha, told her as far as food, having 5 kids and not a lot of money. Yeah, it's true. You get used to cooking. And it's funny because I've made more things from my childhood and we had a family of 5. We had 3 kids and same thing. I'm making a lot of the things I grew up on. One of my daughters told me how to cut your own hair is trending. Oh, I'm sure it is. I am sure it is. Hi, Linda. I hope you are well in Washington. I was listening to Dr. Fauci and he was saying that Washington State had done very good at early mitigation and they were hoping that other states could be more like Washington rather than New York. So I hope this finds you well. Your hairdresser just posted on YouTube a bang cutting. I'm going to suggest that to my friend. That is a great idea. Yes, that is a great idea. That's awesome. I watched a lot of those when my boys were little, just to save money, you know, because quarantine till the end of April. Yeah, same. And I suspect that it'll probably be longer here in California because we're a hot spot also. But beats the heck out of the alternative, right? I always say, hey, at least I'm above ground right now, right? So it is weird to not just be able to get, absolutely, to not just get in the car. So you guys know I'm a shopper. I love to go look. I have not been tempted at all. And what'll usually happen is we'll have dinner and then, see, I'm a picker. I'm picking at some skin on my thumb now. We'll have dinner and then things are calm. No one needs a whole lot of help. And then I'll just think, I'll go to Target. And we've got them all over. They're so close to my house. I can be at one in like 3 minutes. So hop in the car and go just to look, just to peruse. And I'm very happy staying home also, Linda. Oh, your husband's the opposite. That makes it hard. That makes it hard. Thank God all of us are homebodies. Our daughters probably had the hardest time not seeing her friends, but she's way more social, I think, than our boys. So, yeah. So Daisha cuts London's and Andrew's hair. So I always cut their hair. So I had to figure out how to cut their hair. And I watched a lot of those videos. And then cutting my husband's hair, he's got a lot of hair, you know, God bless him, he's got a lot of hair. So it's very different person to person, even in our family. So my husband has really, really thick hair, and it tends to stand out right here. And then our oldest has thinner hair. You can come in. You want to show everybody your hair? There's only 12 people in here, and one of them's Davita. Come show them. Come show the 12 people. Who wants to see how beautiful she is? Stop, please. What's for dinner? Stew. Our oldest has thinner hair. And so as he got older and, I try and give him a haircut, I did not do a very good job. I did not. Yes, seeing the family is the other thing. We had plans to see quite a few of our extended family members that are not going to happen now. You missed your grandson's 18th birthday last week. Yeah, I bet. That is hard, Linda. It's going to be the same. We were going to go up to, oh, thank you, Rain. Thank you. We were going to go up to visit grandparents right after graduation. They haven't seen the kids in a couple of years and can't do that now. And yeah, just kind of halted everything. I don't see. Oh, mine. I was looking for one in the chat. Davita says hi. Did you hear? She has hot. You should come chat. There's only 12 people here. She's talking to Haley. Yeah, I feel bad for a lot of them, Linda. I'm glad that mine is, he could care less. He really could. He, yeah. You know I'm live, right? So your conversation is, I'm live? Okay, so you know that what you say, everyone can hear. Right? Yeah. So just so you know. Yeah, so our in-laws are pretty bummed. They wanted to see the kids, teenagers. They won't get to see them, and that was going to save them a trip, I think. They wanted to come down for graduation, and then, we were literally going to pick up and go the day after school let out. So that's not going to happen. Hi, Molly. Yes, I'm glad you're hanging in there. I am glad you're hanging in there. We're happy. We're homebodies. The biggest stretch is her with her friends because they're pretty close. And she's on FaceTime in the next room with one of them. So they're still staying, connected. We had her bestie on the FaceTime, I guess, while we dyed her hair. So yeah, just got to stay connected. I want to learn how to do Zoom, which all my kids do, because I think it would be fun to get like a panel together, have Davita up here so we can chat. Absolutely, Linda. Thank goodness for the internet. Yes, Molly. We're feeling, that with a lot of our family right now, that we were supposed to have dinner with our nephew and his parents who named me Auntie Coo Coo. And then I was going to be seeing a few others, and just not happening. I need to learn how to work it, because wouldn't that be fun to have? We could get Bella up here because I think she's on our same time zone. I need to download it. I need to just have the kids teach me, because that is something I don't know how to do. I did try to go live from my phone because I have a better holder for my phone. This is just my laptop up on the dog's box, and it didn't let me, but that would be fun if I could do Zoom. I'll have to see if it works on my phone and if I can get it on my laptop. So if I went live, I'd have to learn how to send links and all of that. CBS Sunday Morning Show had a tutorial for Zoom. I will check that out. Thank you, Mary. I'm sure that if you type it into YouTube, there's got to be instructions. You can learn anything. Our church is also online. It went online pretty early. Hi, Lala. Hello, Lilybug. I just want to subscribe to her channel because she goes live and does wonderful chats. She's also way better at this than I am. A year, maybe a little longer, maybe not even a year. I think it was summer. So she was out on the treadmill. And thank you, Linda. Yeah, I will check that out, Mary. That is great. So I'm trying to think back to when our church was official. I think what happened was, so I called our family that week. I made the call for our family. We're not doing any extracurricular. They were like, oh, let's go. It's Wednesday night. Nope, staying home. But I have this thing. Nope. I shut everything down. And then we held them from school Friday. We did allow our youngest to go to youth camp because we had communication of what had been put into place. And it was early. It was still early. The schools hadn't even called it yet. So then next Friday by noon, they called it. And I believe it was either Friday night or Saturday that our church said, on guidance from our governor and in light of schools closing, so forth, blah, blah, blah. So the great thing is they always had online services. So if I wasn't feeling good, or if I was having a bad day, a flare, what have you, I could always watch it online because they have a Saturday night service and then 2 on Sunday. So that has been really nice. And then what I've been really impressed with is that the youth pastor and the junior high pastor, so high school and junior high, now they go live every morning for a devotional time on their Instagram account with the kids. Now my boys don't have Instagram and they don't want Instagram. But I thought that was wonderful. And then they're having their normal youth small groups on Wednesday nights, and it's Zoom meetings. So Wednesday nights, our house used to be empty. All the kids would be at church. Now it's very quiet because all the kids are on their computers in their little Zoom meetings, which I think is wonderful. It's great. It's great because then they're still connecting. They can still feel a part. They're just, I told the kids, they were really born in the generation that could handle this, right? Because they're used, like my big thing with my kids is call someone, pick up the phone, because they'll say, oh, I don't know yet because I talked to so-and-so and they didn't text me back. So I would say, you see this thing? You can push in buttons and then you can talk to them. And they're always like, So, yeah. I've always kind of made fun of them for not having that kind of connection. But the truth is, if this ever had to happen, it is during this generation. So Zoom, my understanding, Zoom is a virtual meeting room. So people on YouTube, I believe, use Zoom and have people in different corners. There was a craft night I saw, and she was live on YouTube, and then she had everyone in a different square doing a different whatever they wanted to work on, right? Some were crocheting, some were doing wreaths, whatever. And then she had someone who wasn't crafting that night, who was the moderator, who could highlight each person. And so I know my husband is using it for his office, and the kids all use it for school and for their classrooms. So trying to see if I can figure out how to show you here. Let me see. Zoom. That's not spelled correctly. I don't even know if you guys would be able to see it from here. I know that there was, okay, so here's a good visual. So this is what it looks like. I mean, this is a bigger meeting. When the kids do it, it's less squares, it's like 10. So that's the potential. It's like a virtual meeting room. So I know that my husband's been on it a lot for work. They're still having all their meetings. They're all in their homes. And the kids do it for school. My generation, we all were. Yes. I snuck out of the house. Not my house. I always try to spend the night at my friend's house, and her parents were much more chill than mine. And she had a stepsister who was 16. So we would sneak out. Oh my gosh. Ella, are you listening? Okay, good. She's not. We would sneak out of the house. They had a minivan, an Astro minivan. Take the keys. She had the stepsister had her license. We were just rebellious, just stupid. She put it in reverse. Their driveway was like at an incline, so it would just naturally roll down. And then she turned the wheel and we pushed it down the street and started it. We just literally drove around the neighborhood. But then to get it back in the driveway, because the parents' room was close to the front of the house, we had to turn it off, and we had to push that van up the incline to park it. We didn't get caught, but I tell you what, we did not think that through at all, because pushing that car back up the incline to park it was a nightmare. Oh, yes. Which, yeah, very much. It would be a nightmare at Christmas. Taken some of your craft supplies and made some easy craft packages to send out to your neighbor. Oh, that is wonderful, Molly. I might have to do that. That's a good idea. I have to go through and see if I have stuff like that for kids. Shh, Davida, I won't tell. We used to sneak out. That is so sweet, Molly. Oh, that's awesome. So you've used it then, and it must work. I mean, I see my kids on it all the time. No, it wasn't worth it. We wanted to go get French fries. Oh gosh, what was that place called? There was a place where you could get these amazing burgers. And by amazing, when you're a teenager, I mean big. And I wanted this big old chili burger. And we wanted French fries, but we didn't have any money. So no, it was not worth it. Yeah, make sure you're fully dressed when you're on Zoom. Come show the people your hair. If you come show the people your hair. Lala and Davida are here.
Looks red.
It does. It's pink. It's hot pink. Maybe come closer to the camera. Why does it look orange? It's not. It's hot pink. Will you bring me one?
Yes.
Davita says she loves it.
Thanks, Davita.
Yes, they do love surprises in the mail, Molly. They do. Thank you, Linda. She's mine. I'll keep her. It does look beautiful. She's just in jammies today. Yesterday we did her hair and she put on her makeup and she's fully dressed, no place to go kind of a thing. It is. So we ordered it. What's the company's name? I'll ask her when she comes in. They had like 4 different pinks to choose from. And her hair is like a dishwater blonde, but she has lots of natural streaks. So she's got some very light streaks of blonde in the front, but she has every color hair in her hair. And so it took like that too. So there are some pieces that are very light and bright pink. What's the company of your hair dye?
Overtone.
Overtone. And so when we were looking, she wanted to have some, she is a sweetheart. She loves you. She calls you Aunt Davita. We were looking and everything was sold out. And when we first looked was when I think our schools and New York were like some of the first to close. And she was like, hey, if I'm not going back to school, can I dye my hair? And we were like, I guess so. No reason not to. And ooh, that was not a good idea. Still fizzing. Everything was available when we first looked. And then I think a lot of people had the same idea because suddenly it was like there was a fuchsia or a bright pink and something other. There was different names for the different pinks. The only one still available was that one. And that one is called Rose Gold. A home perm. Molly. Yes, a home perm. Oh, man. Mary, there are places where it is magenta. It's the darker parts of her hair. And then the front pieces that are more just naturally blonde look like hot pink. So it took differently. Obviously, she has a lot of different color variation, natural highlights. Yes, because it'll burn your head. So I had a home perm from going from 5th to 6th grade. And it took for like a week and then it didn't stay in very long. Now, are you going to do the little round curlers? Because there's different sizes, isn't there? My hair looks like I have a perm if I don't do anything when I come out of the shower, especially in the back. It has that kind of curl, but then in the front, there's nothing. So it makes it difficult because it's not all curly and it's not all straight. So it's hard to work with. Not more than 10 minutes. Good. Oh man, those were back in the days. So now we've got our buzzers coming to the house. So I'm going to give the boys haircuts. We've colored her hair. I'll have to trim my bangs before long. I'll contact my stylist and suggest she make the video. Oh, okay. 4th grade. You look like Bozo. I had very long hair. It was like Crystal Gale hair. It went to the back of my waist. And so I would sit in school and tuck it under like you would with your skirt. So I think that I just wanted it because big 80s hair was in, and it wasn't a good idea because, I mean, you can imagine how many rollers to roll that up. And then I had my brother used to say it looked like I had a fish sitting on the top of my head, the way I used to wrap my bangs. Wow. It's funny, right? Things come full circle. So those people who maybe grew up with less, maybe have a little bit different perspective during times like this because they had to do things like home haircuts, home perms, um, and now you kind of have that down. Perms have changed. Yeah, I haven't had one forever. I'm I'm of a significant age, I think. But yeah, I guess they've probably changed a lot. I wonder, did you have to order it on Amazon? I haven't been in a beauty supply store forever. I've been into Ulta and I've been into obviously, you know, um, I haven't seen home perm kits on the shelf. So Amazon truly has everything. I just worry about our little Amazon delivery people. I hope that they stay well. It always swings. Yes, it does. And it's not funny, but it's interesting. So we have friends who are neighbors. We used to live on the street behind me for our first 8 years here in this area and became very close with a few families. And oh my word, no, he didn't. I need proof. I need receipts. I need photos of your husband with a perm when you got married. Ugh. Yes, anything under the sun. It's true. They do. Thank God for that, especially during now. Um, our friends, we go for walks and run into them 6 feet apart. We run into them and they are like, go, 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 busy. Hey, spur of the moment. Let's go to Sacramento. Let's go here. Let's go there. And I think they're having a harder time than us because oftentimes people are going places on the weekend. And my family has just always been, can we just stay home? My kids will literally say to me Thursday, Friday, do we have to go anywhere this weekend? Not can we, or I want to go here. I want to see it. I want receipts. I want receipts. But I think people who are less homebodies, and even though I like to go window shop, I would still consider myself a homebody because that's all I do. That's like my little, you know, that's my little hobby if I get bored, but I don't have to go anywhere or do anything. We all like being home. So when he had hair, when he had hair. So we always talk, my husband always says, like, I'm going to grow a beard. And he's had for a few times in the past 20 years, he's grown like a little goatee. He can grow a beard, but there have been little patches that there's just not a lot of hair. And so he'll say, oh, I think I'll grow a beard. And I say, oh, I think I'll shave my head. So we joke back and forth. And then when this happened, I said, why don't you grow a beard? Because we were letting our daughter dye her hair pink. Our youngest guy, he wants to grow, the young boys now are doing like shaved around the side and then very long. So it was like, now's the time, you're not going to the office, you have anyone to look, presentable for. So, and that's all I had to say. Boy, he had joined the $5 shave club a few months back, hasn't touched any of it. He shapes it, of course, like right here. He had it slightly crooked, but he's never had this much hair before to grow a full beard. Yes, I think for those that are on the go, it's a lot harder. It's it's very nice. It's a big blessing, Molly. It really is. I think if anything, I'm more of the need to go and bask in the sun. Um, I just kind of am nosy and I want to see what's new in the stores, if anything. But yeah, I don't feel like the need to have every weekend booked. And they've got enough stress, with all of the amount of work that they have in their classes. And then if they do anything outside of that with a sport and then church, and I think that's enough. We really don't need to be on the go all the time. I don't think it's healthy. Um, and I think it builds in their culture too. They start to feel like they're not good enough if they're not always going somewhere with someone, always. And it's like, who really has to live like that? We don't. So we really enjoy this time. As a matter of fact, I told the boys, um, yes, Darlene, yes, just live simply and be thankful. I can tell you that for our house, we always say a prayer at dinner time together. I think our heads are bowed just a little bit heavier because there is a realization that we are very blessed to have food on the table. Yes, that's what I mean, Molly. And to even just think or rest, it's ridiculous. It's kind of like go, 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 go. And if you don't, you're not good enough. You're not. I stopped watching a lot of YouTube because of that. I was just feeling so much pressure to keep up. And I was like, I can't. This is not for me. So I started watching other stuff on YouTube than Shop with Me's or hauls or decor. Um, and there are people that I adore, so I'll just click on their channel and give them a thumbs up. But I had to stop watching so that I could want to create, because otherwise it just can stifle your creativity. And I don't know. I don't know. We tend to be more simple over here than I think most people around us. So I know a lot of people in my area heavily rely on their gyms. And there are people who probably are in the gym an unhealthy amount in our area. And I think for a lot of them, having to stay at home with their kids and not, oh, I'm going to the gym, it's been a massive adjustment, massive. So yeah, you just got to do that for your own mental health, Molly. You just have to say, like, what's good for me, what's not, and draw the line. I know. We'll be out there as soon as we can. I am Southern California, stone's throw from the beach. Me neither, Davita. I am not a gym person either. I am not at all. It is. I would say we have some of the best weather. We get really hot in August and September. I always remember sending the kids back to school, and, people, I think in our mind's eye, we think like, oh, fall, sweaters and corduroy and boots. And it's like, no, tank tops and shorts, because we live in California and it's going to be 90 on the first day of school. I remember the kids, um, they stopped, they used to line them up and for their classroom after recess in little lines, and they would just have them sit on the blacktop crisscross applesauce. And they started burning their little legs. So then they were like, okay, you don't have to sit anymore. But yeah, it's too hot here in August. But other than that, it's very nice. We're very fortunate. Good for you. Good for you. I think for me, walking is very important, especially. So here's the struggle with MS, right? You've got MS, which fights your energy level, so you're fatigued. And then you have the need to move to build up strength in those muscles that might have to kind of supplement for those muscles you may be losing control of because of the disease. And it's like, I need to strengthen those. I'm so exhausted I can't get up. And so it's like a constant battle. Oh, I did not realize that's where you were, Molly. Wow. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's the best thing you can do. I mean, if you've got good knees and you can run, God bless you. I've had so many high doses of steroids that I was thinking about this last night. My whole family can hear when I bend my knee. It just makes a lot of cracking sounds. Um, I was thinking about doing a video about it over here, just like the damage to your joints from steroids and that sort of thing. But I could definitely record my knee cracking as I bend it. So for me, the low impact is a must. I can't do like I used to. When I was working full time before marriage or kids, I would get up at 4 a.m. I'd go run 3 miles, come home and shower and get dressed and get ready and be at the hospital ready for report by 6:30 a.m. But those were, the days. And then I would work 3 12-hour shifts, in a row, 3 days, be off for 2 days, and then have a few more 12-hour shifts. I didn't know that. Did you have a knee replacement, Davita? I did not know that. That's interesting. Davita's a little busybody. You should see her. She's my goal in life. She's got a lot of energy, and I don't know. I just see her moving around like no problems. Yeah. So you know what I was talking about though, Molly, because my knees they creak and crack. And last night when you're amazing. Last night we went for our walk and it was cool in the evening. I told my husband I can feel exactly where I broke my foot 3 times. First time was running. I fell on a sidewalk that was uneven and cracked it. And then the other 2 times were just like stupid things, but I re-broke the same area because I fell and it was already broken and weak. Torn meniscus. Wow. Darlene, I'm assuming they did them one at a time. I know nowadays sometimes they'll just do them both, but that's what we used to do. We used to have a patient in, and then about 3 months later, we'd do the next one when I was working. But I could feel exactly where that break was just from the colder weather because it was kind of damp outside. Wow. You're so young, but then how are you faring with them? Did they give you like a estimate? Because I know sometimes they say potentially you'd have to have them redone down the line. Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm 40. Am I 44? I think I am 44. I set up a chair in the garden, but then I get down into the beds and that sort of thing. Oh, that's wonderful. 25 years. That's longer than what I was thinking. Oh, someone just walked in and burped. Awesome. Hey, bring Poco. See if he can say hi to everyone. Yeah. Man. That's good. Why was I thinking? I think I must be thinking of hearts. Yeah. Seriously. Oh, really, Molly? That's funny. Yeah, my mom, she had me late. I was the last. And she passed when I was 20 or 21. I'd have to do the math. She passed in 1999, June 2nd, 1999. And she was only 52 years old. She was a heavy, heavy smoker. She ended up with multiple myeloma. And yeah, she was pretty much bedbound the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. So I had been on my own since I was 17. I moved out and then had my own studio apartment, put myself through nursing school, working full time at the hospital. And then she was way too young. She had gotten really sick. So I moved back home, went to part time at the hospital, and then took care of her most of the time. My dad couldn't handle it, so he just sort of skipped out. And yeah, she passed 52. Her mom passed at 54. Her husband died 18 years ago. Oh, it's so hard when they're young. It's so hard. So that's always been my thing, is that I want to outlive my mother and my grandmother because they both passed way too young. At 11 years old, Darlene, 9 total surgeries. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet you are grateful. See, that's the thing, is people have commented different things and said, why are you encouraging people to shop and spend money that they don't want, and da da da. And it's like, oh, you don't get it at all. I'm just grateful to be able to get out and look around, because that year when I was diagnosed with MS, I could not get out of bed. And the idea of being able to walk around and just look is all I wanted to do, because, it's just nice. So yeah, you get it. You understand. And a lot of people don't. When I take you guys shopping, it's not to say, go buy these. It is more to say, if you want to look at them and you can't get out of the house, here's the experience. You know what I mean? Wow. Exactly, Molly. And that's the thing, is like every time I'm out, I am just very grateful I can be out, because I think people take it for granted. They don't realize that, I love it, Linda. I love it so much. And that's the thing, is that I would be doing that for my own mental health because I just enjoy it. So why not take you guys with me? And, if there was ever a time where I couldn't leave the house, I mean, not like this when everyone can't leave the house, but, if I ever had another significant flare, hopefully there are people that, I can still watch and get that virtual experience. Well, thank you, Linda. That's sweet. Thank you. For a long time, I was doing a lot of the voiceovering, but that became to be so much work. You still have to do it on certain kind of videos where they have music, but I think YouTube has figured out that in order to, enable creators to go into stores and stuff, they have to allow some background music, but it's all that copyright issue. Oh, thank you, my calming voice. Yeah, my family would disagree with you on that 100%. Oh, thank you, Molly. That's great. Thank you, guys. That's so sweet. Well, I better skedaddle because we've got just a little bit of sun left and it's time to walk. I was hoping Poco would come over so that I could show him off, but thank you. You guys are so sweet. Well, I have to tell you, the day that we can get back out, I think I might get a little verklempt. Our first time out again, I might get a little teary-eyed. Oh, interesting, Darlene. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Unfortunately, like good things and bad things, we get it first. So, obviously I'm in a hot spot. So it kind of hit our area first. And it's kind of like, I did think about that. Oh, well, we tend to get products earlier too. Yes, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a happy, happy day when we get back in the store. It is. But thank you guys for all coming in and chatting with me. Yes, everyone have a good night. And I'll do this often. I wasn't doing anything today. I should be doing plenty today, but I just wanted to pop on and chat with you guys for a while. So I will definitely be doing this as often as I can, just for all of us to have a place to come and chat. Thank you guys. Thank you all so much. And I don't know if it'll always be on certain days of the week, but if you guys are subscribed, hopefully you're getting the notifications when I go live. And we'll do this again really soon. You may also want to subscribe to both my moderators, Lilybug Lane and Davita Lane, because they go live from time to time and they're a lot of fun to listen to. So, all right, guys, have a good Tuesday evening. Tuesday. And until I see you all again, stay well. Good night, guys.